everybody, this is Paul with Picopros.com, and today we're looking at the 3M MP180 pocket projector that retails for about $449 US. This unit puts out around 30 ANSI lumens at 800 by 600 resolution, which is SVGA. It has a wide range of features and connectivity that we mentioned during the unboxing video that we will link to in this article. Today we're actually going to take a deeper dive on some of the features of this device. So the 3M MP180 has a touch screen on the front of the unit that we showed in the unboxing, and we briefly talked about it, but today we're actually going to show or at least talk about the fact that it has internet connectivity, photos and movies, music, documents such as Microsoft Excel and PDF documents and stuff. It could readily read on this device. So not every Pico or Pocket projector has that capability, so that's a nice feature there. These are the settings down here. Again, it does have Bluetooth capability, so you can actually pair it with different devices and transfer material that way. These are favorites, and it does have a photo option there as well that you can talk about. But actually today we're going to talk about the internet functionality, or at least that's part of what we're going to look at. And immediately upon doing that, selecting that, it turns on the projector. So we're going to come back in a minute and show you what that looks like. We'll give you an idea of what the capabilities of that are. Okay, so we're back. We're looking at the 3M MP180, and I've hooked it up to Wi-Fi on my local network, and the default browser is google.com, of course. And I'm just going to do a quick search for, let's say, 3M. So there's 3M. There you go. You do the search, comes up. I'll zoom in just so you can see. So it's 3M, global gateway page, solutions.3M, careers if you want to work there, that kind of thing. So it does work. What I will say is, in practice, the touch screen is a little finicky. If we're being honest with ourselves, the buttons are a little bit difficult to locate. I have regular sized fingers. I just had a hard time locating the different buttons. It is small, and it does not rotate when you going from landscape to portrait on the touch screen. It does not rotate as you would expect from an iPod or an Android device or something like this. So it is limited in that aspect. However, you know, having the Wi-Fi capability of the unit is definitely a differentiating feature of this Pico projector. We sure know from our comparisons with other Pico projectors that pretty much nobody else has this capability, or if they do, it's very limited. So, you know, this is sort of cutting edge as far as Pico projectors go. So you got to expect some limited capability when they first roll these things out. That said, it does have Wi-Fi capability, and as you can see, you're able to connect to the internet and go to different websites. Just wanted to show that. What I want to show in a second is the projection capability of this product. So I'm going to come back in a second and hook it up to my iPod Generation 2, iPod Touch Generation 2, and show you one or two movies. So I'll be back in a second. So here we are. I've hooked up the 3M MP180 pocket projector to my second generation iPod Touch, and I'm going to show a Disney show. Let me just get it started. And so I'm basically producing a 48-inch image from 58 inches away. And this is Special Agent O, so if you've seen this before on some of our reviews, I do apologize, but it is a cartoon that my son likes to watch, and it does have good colors, so I'm going to use it again. And you can see with the 3M MP180, once again, the color reproduction of this is very nice. So again, this is a 48-inch image from 58 inches away. So the throw ratio on this unit is pretty good. It's let's say roughly 1.2 to 1. So that's pretty competitive with a lot of the things out there. Some of the units out there have as low as 2.2 to 1 throw ratio. So this is on the higher end, meaning you get a wider image from shorter distances, which is really good for creating an immersive projection environment. And so again, the projection quality looks very nice. This is 800 by 600 resolution at 30, 32 ANSI lumens, depending on where you're reading. Factory says 30 ANSI lumens. And so you can see the reds are very deep and saturated. The blues look beautiful. Whites, I'm looking at the LCD, look real crisp. In person, the whites might look a little yellowish, but really the projection quality is quite nice. I focused it. Obviously, this is a LED-based projector, so I do have to focus it. But once it's in place, you know, the image is sharp. Now, what I could do is move the image back and forth, and that's what I'm going to do here. I'll move it back and forth, plus or minus 1 foot, and the focus actually doesn't change a whole lot. So, people that ask about that, you'll see that the focus isn't that sensitive once you have it set in place. Finding the focus when you first set it up could be a little tricky. The focus knob is loose, I guess I would say. But once you find your focus, you're pretty good. And in general, for most things with these types of units, I haven't had to worry about moving them very much. Now, if you're talking about mobile gaming and that kind of thing, that's a different story, but this is not what these units are meant for. So you can see the projection quality is pretty nice. I'm going to try to turn up the volume so you can hear it. So that's the unit at full volume. Now, don't know if it comes across on camera, but the unit does produce a decent amount of fan noise, and the speaker, while not exceedingly loud, does overcome that fan to a decent extent. So it's able to overcome it. The sound is good. If you were looking to use this for parties of 5 or more people, or 3 or 4 or 5 or more people, it might be challenging to use this as your speaker. But in some cases, this is probably pretty adequate. The sound itself, the quality is good. So I'm going to come back in a second and try to play something with flesh tones, but for animated movies or content, looks pretty darn good. Okay, so we're back here with the 3M MP180, and we're going to do a quick evaluation of flesh tones, and I'm going to use a video from a few years back. And this is Christina Aguilera, Candyman. So it'll give you an idea what flesh tones look like on the MP180. This video does have a lot of bright colors. And what I'm looking at, both on the LCD on my camera, let me turn down the volume real quick. Alright, so with this video, what I'm noticing is that the colors are of yellowish tinge, especially in person. I'm not sure if it'll come across in the video. But the whites have a yellowish hue to them. The reds look really good. And reds, pinks, that kind of thing. Blues look real nice. But overall, the whites have this yellowish kind of hue to them, or a beige hue. And I don't know if that's going to come across in the video or not, The LCD on my camera is looking pretty good. It's actually better than the in-person video, so that'll be interesting to see what shows up on YouTube. All in all, again, this is SVGA resolution at about 32 ANSI lumens, depending on what you're reading. I mean, overall, you really can't complain too much. You're generating a 48-inch image from 58 inches away, so it has a really good throw ratio. The resolution, it looks pretty sharp. Colors are decent. I'm just a little skeptical, or not. It has a beige hue to it. I'll leave it at that. The colors aren't overly saturated or don't pop as much as some of the other projectors. But that said, it looks pretty good. So let me turn the sound down all the way. Alright, so again, this is the 3M MP180 that retails for about $449 US, SVGA resolution of 800 by 600. It has a multitude of video inputs, component composite video, VGA, all kinds of memory, embedded memory, as well as SD memory card slot. So it has a wide range of features. It has Bluetooth connectivity, Wi-Fi, has a lot of stuff that other Pico projectors don't have, and it offers that at $449 US. That is competitive with some other products that don't have, let's say, half the features. So being able to, and I should mention, it has a 2-hour run life on the battery. So being able to package all of that into a unit at a competitive price is a difficult thing to do, especially when you're a front runner. And 3M in this case is a front runner, so we have to put it into context. And I'm saying that the colors are a little muted or have a beige bias to them. And I guess what I would say is, for something that is cutting edge in terms of packaging everything together, you kind of have to forgive maybe some of the projection quality. Although I don't want to overstate that it's, you know, the projection quality is pretty good. Is it as good as some other projectors at the same price point? I have to say no. But do those other projectors have the other capabilities of the 3M MP180? So you have to balance depending on what you want in your projector. So value for money, it really depends on what you're looking for. And this offers as many features as any other projector out there currently at a pretty competitive price of $449 US. And perhaps on Amazon or something you could find it for a few bucks less. So in the end, you really have to ask yourself what you're looking for. If you're looking for flexibility and the ability to play any content and connect to Wi-Fi and Bluetooth and all these kinds of things, then the 3M MP180 is what you're looking for. Now, if you want the highest resolution and the most saturated colors, and you don't care about Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, well, maybe you need to look around. But this projector does a very excellent job of packaging a lot of technology into a relatively small, relatively low-priced product. So you have to look at it that way, in context, that it is cutting edge and that they're packaging all these different technologies into one device. So I'm going to leave it there. Again, this is Paul with Picopros.com. Read the review. Let us know what you think about this product. If you've seen other reviews or if you've tried it or seen other videos. We'd be interested to see what you think. We think it's a pretty cool product. We'll talk to you soon. Thanks.